Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the books that I purchased in the month of November, of which there are quite a few. So we're just going to jump right in. First kind of small pile I have here are books that won certain prizes, or the author won certain prizes, or it's set in certain countries that I want to focus on more next year in 2024. First one, we have Caste. This won the Pulitzer. I have heard very good things about it. Palace Walk. This author, I don't know if it was for this book or not, also won not the Pulitzer, the Nobel Prize. 3 Junes. This is a National Book Award winner. I don't know what this is about. It's set in Greece, Scotland, Greenwich Village, and Long Island. Okay. A Walk Across the Sun. One of my focuses next year, I do want to concentrate on books that are specifically written by foreign authors. This one's not, but when I did look up books that you want to read based in India, about India, this one did come up on a lot of the list, so when I saw it, I did grab it. And then this is Bewilderment, and this, see, I'm never quite sure because it says winner of the Pulitzer Prize, but it's under the author. So did the author win it for this book? I don't know. The Overstory won the Pulitzer. I think I have that. So, but even if this book didn't win it, like if an author is that good, typically I'm going to enjoy them. So let's give it a shot. Next little series of books. These are just regular books that I saw that I'm like, I want to read that. And the first is Fahrenheit 451. I still have not read this book. I keep meaning to, and I looked around my shelves and I'm like, I don't have it, which is surprising. Now I do. For Whom the Bell Tolls. I recently read, it wasn't Hemingway. Who was it? Of Mice and Men. Who's that? Is that Hemingway? I feel like no. It's not Hemingway. I don't know what it is, but that kind of opened the door and I'm like, you know what? Let's give some of these books I may have overlooked a shot. A Wrinkle in Time. This series was really big for me back in high school, I think, and this is the graphic novel version. This one I was surprised to see, Cheaper by the Dozen. I did not know that this was a book, but it is. It's going to be, I think it's gonna be a product of its time and have its issues, but I'm actually quite excited to read it. So these next 2 books are super cool. So these are both Dave Eggers. This first one is Heroes of the Frontier, and it's this like embossed, beautiful cover. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And then the next one is What is the What? And this is the same. Look at that beautiful cover. Look at it. I had both of those books before, so I am getting rid of the old copies and replacing them with these. Next we have Guillermo del Toro, The Fall. When I saw this, before I read what it was about, I was really hoping it was, you know, that old movie, well, it's not that old, but not a lot of people know about it probably, called The Fall. It's really beautiful, like the cinematography of it. And it's got the guy in it from Pushing Daisies. I don't remember his name. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I was really hoping that's what this was. It's not. This one is about vampires, but that's okay. I like vampire books. We have a Terry Brooks novel, and that is Running with the Demon. I think this is a standalone. I'm hoping it's a standalone because I do want to give Terry Brooks a shot, but I don't know if I want to dive right into one of his like ongoing series. I found a few of Ursula K. Le Guin. We have Worlds of Exile and Illusion. Man, that light is catching on everything today. And then A Wizard of Earthsea. Beautiful. It's not Halloween anymore, but I did find the Random House book of ghost stories, which is super cool. And it's got some interesting pictures inside, some illustrations I quite like. Next pile. Goodness gracious. God in the Dock. This is by C.S. Lewis. I quite like C.S. Lewis. I think this is a collection of some of his essays. It's funny because I read, was it earlier this year or last year, the first C.S. Lewis thing I didn't like, which was his sci-fi Out of the Silent Planet. I hated that book so much, but I've read a few books of, like, the shorter books of his essays, and I do like them, so. Anne Rice, The Vampire Armand. Don't know where this falls in the series. The Magician's Land. I have the first book in this series, so now I just need The Magician King, I think. Next is The Other Black Girl. I did see a trailer about this, which I can't remember what streaming service it's on, but it seemed like it was supernatural, sort of. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Here There Be Dragons, which is a freaking awesome cover. I love that. The Chronicle of the Imaginarium Geographica. Geographica? The Imaginarium Geographica. I don't know. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I have, I think, the second one in the series, and I've been waiting to get this one. Next we have Angelology. This is one of those books where every time I look over at my haul pile and I see it, I'm like, did I really mean to buy you? Should I have bought you? I'm not sure. But it seems to take place in some sort of like Catholic environment because the main character is Sister Evangeline. And I think they become aware of the existence of the Nephilim, which I quite like reading books about. It's the descendants of angels and humans. But that word does not sound as cool as it did in my mind. Nephilim. Next we've got Magonia. This one sounds Magonia. That's how you pronounce it, I think. This one sounds really good. So it's about a girl who I believe exists in this world. She has some sort of lung deficiency where it's difficult to breathe. I don't know if she ends up dying and then is transported to this other world, but it's a world that takes place like in the clouds, flying ships, and I guess her lungs like work there or something like that. Okay, so Magonia is the name. I'm reading the inside here. Magonia is the name of the other world. So it exists, she's in that world, Earth also exists, and there is going to be war between the two. So I'm guessing she steps up and becomes the savior somehow. That sounds cool. In the Land of Giants, this is Hunting Monsters in the Hindu Kush. It says here, look at this sticker here. It says, you hold in your hands a rare and, I've ripped that part off, something exquisite species, the mythical Australian hardback. This sticker is one of the ones that just won't, it's driving me insane. It won't come off. I hate those stickers. Let's move on before I get too frustrated. This next one here sounds like it might be a bit of a tearjerker, and that is Icy Sparks. This is about a girl who grows up in rural 1950s Appalachia and suffers from, I don't know if it's schizophrenia or Tourette's, something of that sort. It goes undiagnosed for a long time, so she's automatically very different from the people around her. They've got no idea what's going on. She's got no idea what's going on. So I think it's just her learning to cope and kind of growing up in that environment. This is one of those ones where I bought it and I'm like, should you have bought this? And that's Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. And oh my goodness, look at the art inside. I love when you open a book up and there's like that extra little something. Oh, it has to do with Simon Snow? I think it has to do with fan fiction, which I'm okay with that. For the fall, this is a book of the month pick. It's funny, this is like a really short, I've never seen a book of the month in this size, but I think it's about a plane crash. Yeah, it's about a plane crash and there's only 2 survivors, and some things come to light, I think years later, that maybe it wasn't an accident. My thoughts immediately go to Lost. Summerland, don't know what this is about, but look at the cover. That's so cool. It is sci-fi. I'm going to give it a shot though. I really want to like more sci-fi, but I don't. Ace of Spades, I have heard that this has really good twists and turns, so I'm excited there. I think it's a sort of like dark academia almost, dark academia fantasy. These next 2 aren't in a series. We have Elven Star. Oh my gosh, get out of here, ring light. Get out of here. Elven Star and Fire Sea. I have the first book in the series, which is Dragon Wing, I think. This is the last small pile. Let's do it. We're almost there, guys, I promise. Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. This reminds me of Yes Man, the movie with Jim Carrey. This sounds like it's just going to be really uplifting. It's like a woman learns to say yes to more things for a year, and this is her accounting of that experience. Yes. Yes, please. Next, we have The Sinner. This sounds like a good murder mystery novel. It says a woman, a kind young mother, stabs a complete stranger to death. Why? We'll find out. Next 2 are also part of a series, book 2 and book 3, The Ask and the Answer, and then, oh, not Of Monsters and Men. That's a band. Monsters of Men. I just need The Knife of Never Letting Go. And I think this is the one that's about, like, women don't exist anymore and men learn to communicate telepathically, which sounds bizarre. Eaters of the Dead. This next one, Horsemen, Christina Henry, yay, Sleepy Hollow. I'm so excited for it. Next, we have The Gods of Gotham. I did read this author, Lindsay Faye's Jane Steele, and this one is set in 1840s New York. Historical fiction. I'll give it a shot. Anatomy. I think this is supposed to be like a horror. A fast-paced, utterly engrossing tale of mystery, romance, and cadavers. Interesting. And then last one on the list, Darius the Great is Not Okay, which I love the colors on that one. That's it, guys. Those are the books I purchased in November. Thank you again for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if any of them are on your TBR, which ones I should get started on, even though I've got so many books on my TBR, but that's okay. Reading's awesome. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you again. Bye.